AI Max. Google is pushing it really hard right now, and depending on who you listen to in the Google Ads community, it's either the biggest unlock in search advertising for years, or it's a feature that's going to quietly drain your ad budget while giving you very little in return. And if you've opened your Google Ads dashboard recently, you've almost certainly seen that notification sitting right at the top telling you to turn it on. So in this video, I want to give you the honest answer, not the Google marketing version and not the doom and gloom version either. Just a straight, practical breakdown of what AI Max really is, what the data says, and most importantly, whether or not you should be turning it on in your account right now. So let's get into it. So before I explain what AI Max is, I want to give you some context on why this conversation is happening right now, because the timing actually matters quite a lot. First, dynamic search ads are being retired in September of 2026. If DSA is part of your current campaign structure, AI Max is the replacement. And this is not a feature you can ignore indefinitely. The clock is most certainly ticking. Secondly, search behavior has fundamentally changed. People aren't typing 2 or 3 word searches like they once did. Searches are longer, more conversational, more specific. Someone looking for a pair of running shoes isn't typing running shoes anymore. They're typing something much closer to a full sentence with so many more contextual layers added in. And a traditional keyword, even a well-built one, struggles to keep on top of that. And third, and this one is important, AI overviews are changing the visibility landscape within Google Ads. Organic click-through rates have dropped significantly since AI overviews started to dominate the search engine results page. And if you want your ads to appear within those AI overviews, there are only 3 ways that you can make it happen: Broad Match, Performance Max, and you guessed it, AI Max. So understanding AI Max isn't about understanding one feature. It's about staying visible as Google's search experience continues to evolve. So what actually is AI Max? Well, at its core, it's a setting inside your existing search campaigns. It's not a new campaign type. But don't let that make it sound minor, because when you do flip that switch, 3 significant things change at once. The first is search term matching. AI Max expands beyond your keyword list using 2 technologies working together: Broad Match and what Google calls keywordless matching. Keywordless means your ads can show up for searches that have no direct connection to any of the keywords you've actually entered. Google is learning from your existing keywords, your creatives, your URLs, to find you new search queries that you would have otherwise missed. And this is on by default the moment you flick on AI Max. The second is text customization. This is where Google's AI writes headlines and descriptions for you. It pulls from your website content, your existing ads, your landing pages, and uses generative AI to create tailored ad copy for each specific query you serve for. So it's no longer one set of ads for everyone, but instead it's different copy depending on what Google thinks will resonate most with that user. And the third is final URL expansion. Instead of sending everyone to the URL that you specified, Google decides which specific page on your website is most likely to convert that user and specifically routes them there. It might be a product page, a collection page, a specific landing page, but Google is making that call in real time. Now, the good thing here is that it's not an all or nothing approach. You can turn off text customization and funnel URL expansion individually. If you're doing that, you're essentially just getting the search term matching, which at this point, broadly speaking, is quite similar to just enabling broad match. The real power of AI Max, and ultimately the real risk also, comes from enabling all 3 of these together. That's when Google is finding the search term, writing the ad, and selecting the landing page that it believes will convert that user. That is a significant amount of control to be handing directly over to Google, and it's important to be clear-eyed about what's involved before you do. So let's make a case for broad match, because there is a genuinely strong argument here, and I do not want to dismiss it. The combination of broad match and keywordless matching expands your audience pool significantly. AI Max can find search volume that your existing keyword list simply can't. And that expansion potential can be very significant, particularly for businesses with large product catalogs or advertising in multiple locations or languages. But not just in those instances, but also in the instances where more and more of your target demographics are searching longer tailed keywords than they once did. And speaking from personal experience, almost every single niche in both e-commerce and lead gen are experiencing this alteration in customer browsing behavior. And what excites me most about AI Max, particularly over just using broad match, is that it works to honor the relevancy chain. And for those of you who have been on my channel for some time, you understand the importance of the relevancy chain within Google Ads. Because with broad match alone, you get the reach, but the ad the person sees is still whatever static ad you wrote specifically for that keyword. So the connection between what they searched for and what the ad actually shows quite often breaks down. AI Max is designed to keep that chain intact. It finds the search term, writes relevant ad copy specifically for that search term, and then directs that user to the most relevant and highest probability of conversion landing page for that specific user's query. And in theory, that is a meaningfully better experience than broad match alone. And a better experience typically means better conversion rates. Google's own internal data claims advertisers activating AI Max see 14% more conversions or conversion value at a similar CPA or ROAS. Now, I want to be honest about that number. It's internal data, so it likely skews towards larger advertisers with more established accounts. So you should treat it as directional rather than a guarantee. And what's notable about this data is that it also says that users using phrase or exact match predominantly that then switch to AI Max tend to see a 27% increase in volume. So the delta between AI Max and broad match is far less than that between phrase and exact match, which is very typical to what we'd expect. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, dynamic search ads are now being replaced by AI Max, and that deadline is coming up in September of this year. So if dynamic search ads were part of your strategy, and for us, they have been for a long time, particularly effective for e-commerce brands with large product catalogs, then AI Max is the logical solution, and it has been for some time. DSA was particularly good at matching those long tail keywords to very specific landing pages. AI Max is designed to do the same thing, but with better ad copy, better landing page selection, and generative AI in the mix. So if DSA has worked for you in the past, AI Max deserves a serious look. And then for the wins that aren't going to show up directly in your Google Ads performance dashboard, the first is a timing perspective. Google is going to do the grunt work for you, meaning less keyword selection, less keyword refinement, and less ad copy generation. For us advertisers who spend all day within Google Ads, this is a positive thing, but it's not in its own case reason for me personally to make a shift to AI Max. But the one thing I find so important, especially with all of Google's new advancements and its new products, is that generally speaking, you're better off getting used to the product early. Search is only getting more conversational and AI overviews are more dominant than ever. And if you want to be involved within them, you are going to have to play by Google's rules. Now, let's be honest about the other side, because there are real legitimate reasons to be cautious right now. The first is incremental reach, or to a greater degree, incremental performance lift, isn't guaranteed. This is probably the most important thing I want you to take away from this section. The promise of AI Max is that it finds search volume that you're currently missing. But in practice, for us, particularly in accounts where we're already using broad match quite well, a significant amount of the search terms that AI Max takes credit for were already being captured by broad match. And if that sounds like a similar position to which your account is in, well then the incremental performance lift that Google suggests is possible may be less likely for you to achieve. Before I get into the two other gaps of AI Max, I want to take a second to mention something very quickly. If you're an e-commerce brand and you'd rather have a technical team take care of all of this for you, the strategy, the setup, the ongoing optimization, the staying on top of Google's new releases every single month. But that's exactly what my team and I do at Falcon Digital. We've generated over $100 million using Google and YouTube ads for our e-commerce partners, and we'd love to see if we can do the same for you. If that's something you'd like to explore, there is a link in the description of this video where you can book a one-to-one call directly with me. Right, back to AI Max, because as promising as it looks, there are a couple of gaps that you need to be made aware of. Next up is in relation to ad copy. So AI Max generates headlines and descriptions that you haven't approved and cannot pre-approve. They go live, they get served to real people, and then you can review them after the fact. Some of what gets generated will be good, but some of it may not represent your brand the way you'd normally like it to be. And right now, the guardrails are not tight enough for every advertiser to be comfortable with this. Outdated information, off-brand information, factual errors. These are real issues that have been documented in real accounts. You can remove assets after you've spotted them, but by that time, they've already been served to real people. A big frustration I have with AI Max at the moment is that there are no target thresholds released by Google. With smart bidding, Google's made it very clear we need 30 conversions at least per month if we want to use smart bidding correctly, and 50 if we want to start using target bidding, target CPA, or target ROAS. Those benchmarks exist because below them, the AI doesn't have enough data to optimize effectively, but AI Max still has no published equivalent. So right now you're being asked to trust a system without knowing if you have enough data in your account to actually support its use. Now, this is a section I really want you to pay attention to, because the question isn't, should I use AI Max? It's, is my account ready for AI Max right now? And here are some questions that I'd work through before making that decision. Question number 1 is, what is my impression share like on the campaigns that I'm considering using AI Max with? If our impression share is already very, very high, well then we may not be able to squeeze extra volume, or to do so against the risk of serving ad copy that may be off-brand may not be a risk you'd be willing to take. The second is in relation to conversion volume. And for me personally, despite Google not releasing official literature, I still recommend having at least 50 conversions per month. My opinion is that if you're below that threshold, AI Max is not something you should really be considering, because there are much more important pressing optimizations that you should and could be doing inside your account to lift performance. Question 3 is, what's your website like? Because we know AI Max is going to pull both our ad copy and our landing page selection directly from it. If our site has outdated copy, thin pages, lack of context, well then maybe AI Max is not a good idea. Question 4 is more specific. It's in relation to the niche that you operate in, or the vertical. So if you operate in finance, health, or legal, you already know that you're bound by very strict laws around advertising copy. Auto-generated ad copy may violate those regulations without you even realizing. So in that instance, I would really err on the side of caution. Question 5 is, are you already running DSA? If the answer to this is yes, then I would certainly consider testing AI Max before you're forced into its adoption in September of this year. Question 6 is, can you afford short-term variants? This is important if you start to run any test with Google Ads or Meta Ads or any other platform for that matter. It's a new feature, and it will be a new feature in your account. So expecting some, at least short-term volatility is reasonable. And if you're not in a position whereby you're willing to test budget and expect some fluctuations, then AI Max is not the move for you at this particular moment. My recommendation is, if you are going to test AI Max, don't do it across the entirety of your account. Test 1, maybe 2 campaigns and monitor performance for 4 to 6 weeks. Look at your search term report to see the exact triggers that AI Max is causing your ads to serve for. Are these net new search terms, or are these search terms that you already have been and would otherwise have captured with broad match? Also watch your landing page report to see exactly where this traffic is being directed to ensure it's not being sent to irrelevant pages that will never convert. So should you use AI Max? Well, it's not a yes or no question. It's more a case of if you're ready to test it or not. For those of you who've been around for some time, you would have noticed the volatility that Performance Max brought when it was initially released. We look at Performance Max now as a much more stable, predictable product from Google. This is a recurrent theme for almost all of Google's new products. They go through an initial volatility phase, then they get more and more uptake, Eventually, Google almost forces you to use the product. And in this case, the way in which they will do it is by preventing users who do not adopt it from actually serving up in AI overviews. Whether that happens in the next quarter, the next 6 months, or the next 1 year remains to be seen, but it's certainly the obvious direction that Google will take. So with that in mind, I would certainly begin to position your account in such a way that you can test your AI Max with a single campaign at the very least to monitor the initial lift. AI Max is where Google is heading, and the sooner you get used to using it, the better positioned you will be when it becomes forced upon everyone. But if you're still building your foundation in Google, it's certainly not the first place I would reach to go and find performance lift. I have countless other videos on my channel that I go through search, shopping, performance max campaigns. For the vast majority of people who are still struggling to find their feet with Google, these will be a better use of your time, effort, and budget than just toggling on AI Max and hoping to turn your account around. If you have already tested AI Max, I'd love to hear your comments and your experience with it. Drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.